Brooklyn made the homecoming court. Ever wonder why schools and colleges all around America explode in excitement of school spirit? And they have parades and all of these different events? Is because of one big thing. It's homecoming. But what exactly is homecoming? Stick around. We'll explain every detail you need to know about homecoming. And I will give some big examples of what mine was like, as well as what to look forward to with Brooklyn's. Stick around. Let's go. Homecoming traces its roots back to a school in Missouri in 1911. The athletic director at the time invited everyone to come back. He wanted everybody to come back home to cheer on their local football team, their local college football team, and give them a big chance as they were going against the rival team. And every supporter, as we say, the 12th man, can make the 12th man, as we call it, can lead to and cheer on their team to victory. I mean, if anyone ever been to a big stadium, whether it's in Germany, one of these major football clubs, or in the high school, college, or University of America, that 12th man, when the crowd gets so excited and the whole stadium starts to rumble, you can see the big differences it makes. So for the homecoming game, it just even explodes even more. Because that 12th man, that crowd, can really energize a football team, can also add a little bit of fear to the opposing team. And so it's something that's needed. It's so exciting. Of course, this tradition did not just stay at this one school. Eventually, the love and the idea spread all across the country in high schools and all the other colleges. And parades have been added. They have spirit weeks. There's so many events tied to it. Now, you even have a chance to be a local king or a queen at the homecoming dance or a celebration, and it goes way out there. But the most emphasis is an opportunity for all the alumni to come back home and to partake in the school. It doesn't matter if you've been gone for 50 years or you've been gone for just graduated last year. You have a chance to meet up with past teachers and be part of the school community, because of course we want everybody to come back throughout the year, but a lot of times we're just too far away, too busy. We sometimes live in other countries, as I do, but for this one game we hope that everyone can put everything to the side, come back home and be a part of the celebration, because it's very similar to a community event here in Germany. When a community city or whatever decides to hold a city fest or a Stadt festival, the difference is that it's based on a certain school. But if you're like a small town like I am, the school event it takes over the whole city anyway. And it really, really brings back the school spirit. It really brings back everything, man. People get to go back and explore their schools. They might have alumni come back and talk to students. I mean, it really turns to a huge celebration, and everyone in the community, everyone in the town is so involved. It's an amazing experience. All right, before every major game in America, before the school, we will have a pep rally. And it's simply what it is. It's an opportunity for our cheerleaders to try to gather up as much energy from all the crowd before the game even begins. Now, at my school, how would you do it? Right before the home game, maybe 2 hours before the home game, we would have the whole student body to come to the football field, to the gym. The crowd would cheer us on. We might hear a speech from the coach. We will hear a speech from the team football captain, and everyone gets so excited about the game. They'll the band to play music. It's so loud. It gets everyone prepped up for the game. It gets everyone for the excitement for the game. And when it's included with homecoming, now that also means now the alumni is also involved. And now an hour before the game, 2 hours for the game, now we're getting the whole crowd pepped up. It's basically just a pre-show. It's a pre-show to get everyone in the mood. So that way when the game started, the excitement is already there. There's just joy, there's excitement, and everyone is pumped up. I mean, it's like, wow. Anyone that's ever been playing sports, that pre-energy, that pre-fight energy is all there. And it also, one of the other advantages, which is not really thought about, is that it really gets everyone to the game early. Some people like to show up late to games, 30 minutes, 40 minutes late. Sometimes they want to miss the pre-game activities, but now it gets everyone there early, maybe an hour before the game. Everyone is there, everyone is set. The atmosphere is already there. So you're watching the people warm up. I mean, it's just a huge pre-show for the big show. So let's talk about the parade. Now, the parade are actually really cool. If the best parade I can think of that can make the comparison would be the Rose Bowl parade that's celebrated in the Rose Bowl. I think that's Los Angeles, California. It's one of the largest parades in college football, where every single float has been made out of roses. Now, locally, in different communities, of course, we can't do it that way, but it still has a certain tradition. At my school, every class competed to see who could win the contest for the best float. And every class will have a community, and say our driver at the time were the Bulldogs. So every class will come up with a slogan like "Beat the Bulldogs" or "Watch the Bulldogs," or I don't know, and they'll think of some they'll think of some type of concept, and they'll make anything based on it. We're gonna stomp them, we're gonna do this, and they'll make these crazy contraptions for the parades. Really big cars, very similar to the floats that you have during Carnival in Cologne or in Düsseldorf. Those are the types of amazing satire. They're not political at all. They're all based on this rivalry team that we're going against. They don't get all political like the clown parade, but at the same time they have the same concept. And every class does it, because the winning class normally will get enough money to go toward prom or something else, or whatever class will be. And so they make it a contest, or just not a celebration. First, we are there to watch and cheer on our football team versus the rival team. Now, at some schools, they don't necessarily always choose the rival. Sometimes, if you're not a very good school and very good at football, then you're going to choose a weaker opponent, so you have a better chance of winning. But you go there, you're ready for the game, everyone is ready, pumped up and cheering, and the game is very exciting. When it's a high-score game, then everyone is cheering. Your football players doing celebration in the end zone. If the other team is winning, of course, the crowd is taking out the game. Anyone that's ever watched a big rivalry game, whether it's German football or American football, you know how the atmosphere is. Well, imagine Bayern Munich versus VVV Dortmund. Those two big major programs in Germany. I know they didn't have the best last year, but imagine that atmosphere of those two teams, or Cologne versus Düsseldorf, or I guess Man United versus, I don't know, who's the other team in London or whatever, Arsenal, something like that. But imagine those type things. Now bring it to America. And of course, you have the NFL teams, or you have this, or you have a college game like Georgia versus Alabama, or Arkansas versus LSU, for those that maybe know about American sports. And now, just imagine that excitement, that craziness. Now you take it to a local high school team. Now we're talking about amateur players that are 16 to 18, but the stands are full. Some of these football places, they might have 6,000 or more people at these games. Even in my small community, we will sell out, and we will have to put extra benches out there just for the people. It'll be so exciting. So imagine, even in a little small high school, that the whole place, the ground is shaking from the excitement. And so the games are amazing. And then there's normally a halftime show. Now, anyone that knows anything about American halftime show, imagine a Super Bowl like halftime experiences on the college level. Or imagine a Super Bowl halftime show on a high school level. Now, of course, you might not have a famous celebrity up there at a high school game, but that's when the bands go all out. And sometimes they even have the alumni to play along. I mean, I can only say, look up a halftime show from a college football game, especially at HBCU. Look it up. It'll blow your mind how exciting it is. People are dancing, people are jumping up and down. But if they look up Battle of Bands, if you ever come to America, you want to experience something major, you might not be able to get a ticket to the NFL game, but there are so many colleges, so many universities, so many high school games. Go check those out, and I'm pretty sure you will still see that atmosphere, that American feeling going on. So the halftime shows that normally blow you out the water. The music's so good, it's just top notch. After the game, you would all, once everybody goes home, the players have hopefully won a game, it's quiet, they're going to be a homecoming dance. Now normally this is not for alumni, this is just for the students. You will see the homecoming queen dance with the homecoming king, all their maids coming up. If they didn't do it before the game, where they have this huge ceremony introducing you to the homecoming queen and her court, and they walk into the field before the game, they would also have a mini celebration during the homecoming dance. And there are a lot of movies that talk about the prom in American schools. Everyone knows about the American prom, but just imagine this is also something going, the same thing, but maybe at some schools an even bigger thing is the homecoming dance and celebration. Proms are normally just for high school, but the homecoming celebrations are celebrated in college and universities and in high schools. And sometimes for a lot of people, the homecoming dance and the homecoming celebration is way bigger than the prom celebration, especially at the university level. This past week, Brooklyn School voted on who was going to be on her homecoming court. Homecoming is not until the end of October, but she found out that she was one of the lucky people to have made it on this court. As a parent, I'm very excited, but I'm also very relieved, because if you know anything about the American movies, whether it's prom or whether it's homecoming, it's like every girl would like to be part of this court. That means that someone is going to win, and also means some people are going to lose. And you even have a king, and it's also for boys too. Many boys want to be the prom king or the prom prince or whatever it's called, or in this case, it's a homecoming king. And it's all, sometimes it's popularity, sometimes it's not. But as a parent, because you know this is something that your kid wanted. I know Brooklyn wanted to be a part of it, and now she officially is, and so I'm excited. Normally the king and queen of the homecoming court are chosen by the student body, but every school does it differently. In my school, the football team, the people that are actually playing in the game, made all the selections. And we would choose one queen, a maid of honor, something like that, sweetheart, and then 2 sophomores, 2 juniors, and I think that was it. At my daughter's school, Brooklyn, the whole homecoming court are seniors, and it's all chosen by the entire school. She even made a couple of posters running for to be nominated, to be voted for. And yeah, and she was selected. We don't know the tally of the votes, who got the most votes, who got this, but we just know that she made it, and that's the most important thing. Normally, leading up to the big game is a whole week of celebrations. It's very similar if you think about in Germany, the last week of school, where the kids have what they call, I think, Bad Week or something like that. Every day is a different event. Well, it's very similar to that in America. So one day might be Pajama Day. The next day might be Superhero Day. The next day might be 90s Day. But every day has a different theme that everyone had to try to follow, and you get to dress up you try to dress up as best of the theme as possible. 2 things that we always had was Camouflage Day, because a lot of people love to hunt, and Dressing in School Colors Day. So of course my school colors were black, white, and a little bit of red. So you wore those 3 colors, and normally that would be the colors you wear on the day of the game. And then we'll just mix it up. Every year we'll change it up to a different thing. But everything will lead up until the big game. Normally during homecoming, we also hold a lot of other events to get the alumni involved. So maybe they might participate in helping building the floats. Maybe they might participate in helping design the school. They might even participate in donations. That's really a big week for people to start donating money, donating things to the school. And a lot of times it helps make a big difference in the school community. Even if the school is big or small, all donations help. And it really helps keep the school spirit alive, because you get to see the love. And like I said, sometimes they even might have like where alumni come back and talk to the students about their experiences during school. They become mentors, big brother, big sisters in the school. I mean, it really gets the alumni back involved in the school. So this happens every year. But sometimes we just get too busy. So even now, when I try to go back, I try to talk to the people, I tell them about my experiences, and I keep in touch. And so it's just a way to keep in touch with what's going on around you. You get to meet people that you haven't seen in years, and you hang out, and it just really creates a school spirit for everyone. I think that's the most important thing about homecoming, outside of all of the pageantry that's going on, is rekindling the school spirit. And I put this up to compare it to Germany. It seems like in Germany, people, it's like going to school in Germany is like going to work. It's something you have to do, but it's not necessarily something that you enjoy. Whereas in America, we try, because children are spending so many of their years in school, we try to make it to be the best years of their lives. So, I mean, that's why so many movies talk about American schools. You rarely see movies about schools from other countries. We always make schools about American schools and exciting the good, the bad, and the ugly, such as bullying. However, it always focuses on the spirit that's involved and the passion for the teachers, the passion for the students. And a lot of times you will see people that open up in ways that you've never seen them open up. Like, teachers become more relaxed. It is so exciting, and the alumni are also involved. And it just really creates a very loving environment, not just within the school. Like I said, the school is just as much as part of the community as anything else. And the communities that sometimes that are dead become alive for this week. So it really rekindles that school spirit, the American spirit that you see overall in America anyway. I mean, you see that same spirit when you go to a big football game. Like, oh man, if anybody was paying attention to the European Cup that was here, and when the people from the Netherlands came over, it's like they took over one city, everything was orange. Or whenever Germany played, and the people are so excited, it became a sea of the German colors. Well, just imagine that as far as high school, the high school level, not just for the big national team, but just imagine that celebration on a small elementary high school level, and the spirit that goes along with it. Everybody can be a part of that. That's something that I wish I could actually bring to the German schools a little bit, where the kids are actually proud to be at the school they're in. It shouldn't be just something, oh, I hate to be here, just a drag. No, I want to create that spirit where you're like, man, I love that. Because once you love something, the more you're willing to do for it, right? Once you love this school, you're willing to give back to the school. You're willing to help out. You're going to make sure that it's beautiful, not just a place that you go to, this ugly, but no, it's a place that you love and you're more compassionate about, and you put more passion to it. And hopefully, in turn, they'll also create a love for your education, because then you see it as more value. Sometimes people ask me, why do we have sports connected to schools? Why do we have music programs? Why do we have this? All of those extra activities actually keep a lot of students in school. There's a lot of students in America that hate school, just maybe worse even in Germany. But because they want to play football, because they want to play music, they normally have to do that stuff connected to school, and they have to maintain their grades. So it's a great way to make sure the people that want to participate in those other activities, that they actually can also focus on the school. So that's the other one of the bonuses of it. So that is my take on the homecoming, and I'm looking forward to it. I gotta do my best to try to celebrate Brooklyn and her achievement. But hey, I would like, if you watch this video and you enjoy it, please like and subscribe and share your homecoming experiences, or If you have any type of experiences, maybe something in Germany that I failed to mention, so make the comparison. Let's talk about it, because I would love to know more. As I learn, as I grow, I learn, and as I learn, the happier I am. So with that, peace.